I've hit the bell, all that great stuff, realistic sculpture tutorial. That's PewDiePie, and this right here is my tutorial on how to make a realistic face. My first face tutorial should be popping up here, so watch that before you get to the next steps that I'm about to show you. Once you get far enough in that face tutorial, what I want you to do is make something like this. Make sure it's a little bit fatter than the face that you're actually trying to make, because we're going to mess with the cheeks and stuff like that. The thing that really makes it look realistic is the shading. So there's no lines in real life. You'll notice maybe some of the lines right here, and you'll have to perfectly shade that with the spray paint tool while you're sculpting into that part of the face. And then next to the eyes, so you get the eyes to look right and you shade it right, then it's going to look realistic. And shading, there's no lines in real life, so it would blend perfectly to the next part of the face. You see how the light blends to the dark part of this part of the nose? That's what I mean, and you want to do that with every part of the anatomy of the face. Up here is the forehead. On the sides of the forehead, there's usually dents for your forehead, and then a protrusion where the eyebrows are. And then right here, the cheeks. Think of Santa Claus cheeks, that's the way I do it. And then I press down on it, giving us, after we press down on it, the perfect face that we're looking for. So do it like that, and that way you can mess with it, and you can press down on the cheeks as much as you want after you get it this far. And the cheeks are also pink, but shade into the face color, and the lips. I'll show you guys how to do the wrinkles now. So let me go ahead and open up this one right here, and let me go ahead and show you guys the effects that I use. He looks more like Chuck Norris in this rendition, so I'm going to exit out and go to this one. Let's see here. So once you get a face done, you can actually remix the face and easily make faces realistic once you get one done, if that makes sense. So wrinkles, how do you do wrinkles? It's actually really simple. What you want to do is scope in, and wrinkles will make your face more realistic. It's also depth and shading that make your character realistic. What I mean by depth is, you see how that part is shaded right there, and it sort of makes this part of the face pop out a little bit more. That's depth, and that will make your character more realistic. I also do it like this, so half of the face, this half is lighter than this half where the hair starts to get darker, and this hair is lighter. I do it like that also. So let's go ahead and go back in and talk about the wrinkles, and that shading is very important, where it gets darker to lighter. Very important. Don't forget to add that to yours. So what I usually do whenever I'm trying to add wrinkles, this is also how you make lips. Go here, here, and turn this up, size that down, and I just put it right there. And I might make it darker. I might make the orb darker or lighter by pressing the touchpad, then pressing this, then pressing the touchpad, making it darker. Then I go like right here, press there, then right there, press here, and then this part in between is our wrinkle. That part in between is our wrinkle. And that's also how you would do the lips. How you would do the nose and the eyes is just, if you look at my first tutorial on how to make a face, the eye is just a giant orb, and you can clone it and put it onto the other eye socket. And then the pupils are just, you press start new sculpture and work on one. Then after you get the first one done, clone it. That way you don't have to re-spray paint over it. So the nose, it's really easy to do the nose. All this is this, then you'd click this, turn that up. Then you put this right here. You might want to size it down. Then you place one right here, press X right here. Then you press X right here where it's poked out a little bit. You might want to smoothen it a little bit, press X one more time. Look at everything from the side. Look at things from the bottom too, to make sure nothing's poking out more on the other side. So this cheek isn't poking out more than this cheek. So that's why you look at this from the bottom and the side. You can also look at things in black and white if you need to see what is needed to be shaded. And then after you press X right here and have the nose poking out, then what you want to do is go to the side, size it down, press X, and then you press X over here, And then what you want to do is go to the sides, press triangle to where you're in this mode. Then you'd want to kind of line it up like this. And that's how you would make a nose. Yours would look more like this right here. And how you get the nose holes, all you have to do to get the nose holes is go here, here, turn this down, no blend, and then just cut the holes into the nose. And that's how you get the nose holes. Then you'll notice the lip part right here transitions into the lip. You can make that pink. You can spray paint it pink after you do that. For the tear ducts, I just pressed start new sculpture, made the color pink for the tear ducts, and then I placed it down. Then I changed the shininess of it up here to shiny wax for it, I think. Yeah, this one. And shiny wax also for the white eye and probably for the blue pupil. So let's talk about how you get the eyes. So the eyes, or the pupils, all I did was go here, here, chose the color black after I chose the color for the pupil. Sized it down, got up really close, went here, turn this down, turn this to like right here. And then I pressed X right here until it got really dark. Then I sized it up, pressed X once right here, and then X once right here to where it's more of a ripple effect. And that's how you get realistic eyes. And then you'd want to change this finish to shiny wax. The face finish, what this is, undo it. And you can also put a light shining directly into the blue part of the pupil if you want to. My settings are these, copy these. Then you can group it together by pressing this and then the pupil, and then clone this eye pupil and put it over here. The face finish, what this is I believe rough wax or wax. You can choose those two for the face. So how do you get the shading correct? How do you get correct shading for your realistic model, your realistic character, Really simple. Just remember to shade where the eyes are. Shade the side of the nose. Shade to create depth right here. Add wrinkles where you need to add wrinkles. Even right here you need wrinkles, and to give the illusion of wrinkles you can spray paint it a little bit darker, which is what I did. You can spray paint the cheeks a little more pink and then they go in. And you can also do the same with the lip part right here, and the lip also, spray paint that pink. And right here, this is complete white for the shininess, this part of the forehead. And then the tip of the nose is also complete white. The eyes I also made darker right here to give the illusion of a shadow casting down from the eyelid, the top part of the eyelid. And what I do is I scope into the face, go to spray paint, choose black, then I go to here, turn this down. You might need to turn it up, but I usually have to turn it down. Then I turn up soft blend, and then what I do is one part of the face I would make darker, than the rest, if that makes sense. And then the other side I would just choose white. And you just mess with it and be something like this. And then on specific parts of the face I'd go to the white and just press X, you know, press X. Looks really pale, but for you it should look better. I'm going off of the colors that I already have perfectly done, in my opinion, for what I'm going for, which was this. And then for the blacks, you'd also go blacker up here to give the eyelids more shading. You can go in depth with the eyelids and make them even tinier, you know, like what I was doing right here. This is also a part of the eyelid. I actually went to eyelid drawings, like not an actual face or sculpture. I looked at a drawing of eyes to kind of get where I need to put the wrinkles and stuff, and also add eyelashes. Let's talk about how I did the hair. So let me go ahead and scope into the hair so we can actually see it. If I were to actually pull it out. And you can kind of see how I got the forehead if you needed to get a look at that. So this is what the hair looks like. And this is veins. You can either choose veins up here for your flick type, or you can wait. What I do is I either set it down in patches like this, or I went to this, sized it up, made sure it engulfed a specific part of the hair, maybe this part right here, or even the whole part. We'll just work with this because we can get it redefined. And then what I would do is go to stamp mode, turn up the blend settings, and work my way around the hair. You can clone this after you get this starting to look like hair. What you want to do next is go to sculpture detail, make this more blue like I have my hair. And you do that, you just press this, I think, to where it's got the minus. You want to get it looking more like that. Next, what you want to do is go to style mode, press comb or ruffle. Well, you don't want to press ruffle, press comb. Choose either veins or hatching, but you can mess around with all the other things if you want to. And then choose the direction that you want the hair to go. If you're having trouble getting it to look like the hair that I have down here, that means you have to reduce the sculpture detail. Or what you can do is copy my settings that I have for the hair right here. So these are the settings I have. You can also mess with the cast shadow right here. This is the cast shadow I have for the face, by the way. I have it turned on to never. These are my face settings. If you guys wanted to see that. This is the settings for the hair. This right here is probably what you'd want to copy. You can also mess with this right here if you want to, make the hair move and stuff. So you should be able to just copy those settings right here and place them right here. And that should give you the same effect for the hair. Now you should be able to comb it after you place it in the right position. If not, try reducing the sculpture detail a little bit more right here. Then next go to comb, choose veins, and it's starting to work, yeah. Now what you want to do is scope into it and cut around the hair and make it look more like hair. And then look up hair anatomy because you want to know where to put the bangs, the sideburns, all that great stuff. And then you can clone this part of the hair either outside of scope mode, or you can clone it inside of scope mode if you want it to all be a part of the same sculpture. You can clone it right here outside, and then it'll be a separate sculpture. You can place it in the places where you need to place it. And this is also how you do the parts where the beard and the eyelashes. That's how you do all that. Next, what I want to talk about is the setting that makes everything more realistic. I also have a global game setting gadget turning off my imp. This actually makes it more realistic by turning up the brightness and messing with this stuff right here. So you can copy my settings for yours if you want to. This stuff right here also, you usually don't have to mess with this, but you can if you want to. These two I'd do about the same settings as me. This right here, turning this up can also help it looking more realistic, but then you won't be able to make a game with it if you do it like that. Either that or it's this one. Turning this up will help. I usually have it turned down though. Don't know why. Then everything else I don't think you need to mess with. So that'll help. Sun and sky could help. Just mess with this stuff right here if you want to. Then mess with where the orb is after you press L1 and square on it. You should be able to. Don't know why I can't. Maybe it's because it's not on. What I was saying near the beginning of the video was that you can change your sculpture to black and white. You can also try viewing the picture from a computer. That way you can see what parts you need to press down whenever you're molding your sculpture, or what parts you need to add shading to. So if you look at it from a different thing other than the Ps4, sometimes that can help out. Other times what you can do is pull out gradient effects, then just change it to black and white for the time that you're trying to mess with it. That way you can see where you need to shade and stuff. It's a trick that I learned, 2 tricks that I learned for you guys on getting the anatomy right for the face and the shading. So shading, just in case you guys need a little bit more help with that. Again, there's no lines in real life, so even the parts where the hair is touching the face, you'll want that to go from light to dark. Even over here, I would want to change that for the starting parts of the hair. And that's how you do that. I would want to make the top parts of the hair darker than the bottom parts that are touching the face. And that's how you do shading. But over here, you'd want it to transition to darker more quickly than over here. And that's how the shading would work. The tear ducts are just new sculpture and in these settings, or you can go to the finish up here and click shiny wax. And the eyelids, you just make wrinkles for eyelids, the way we did the side over here. Or what you can do is clone and mess with lights to make the eyelids, and then press and remove and cut from the sculpture while you're in blend mode, max blend. And this is how you make your face realistic from the first tutorial that I made. I really hope this helps you guys out. You can also shade along the side of the nose, inside the nose, right here, this part of the nose, underneath the lip, on top of the lip. Just look at a real face and which parts you need to shade in order to make it realistic. It's really just shading and getting the eyes to look right. If you do those 2 things and then press down on the cheek areas, I promise you that will be how you can make your sculpture 1,000 times more realistic than what it is. Don't forget to press on the sides of the forehead, and then if you need to make a protrusion along the eyebrows, then do that also, a protruding forehead. A little bit, you probably won't need too much, but that can also help out with your sculpture, making it look more realistic from the side as well. Alright, I should have an ears tutorial up, but I'll probably redo that. That's probably the hardest thing to do, is making ears. I mean, it's probably simple, I just haven't done it too many times, so we'll do that next. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, all that great stuff, and peace out. Watch my first face tutorial. The link for it should be either up here or in the description. Then come back to this video.